Hi guys, welcome back to SuperSteel Gaming. It's Steelarrow here, and today I want to get into another video. So as a lot of you guys know, there's some big changes coming to Enlisted this year, from a new progression system to a new matchmaking system, and even the official launch of Enlisted out of open beta. There's a lot being added, changed, or even removed, and that raises a very important question. Is Enlisted worth playing in 2023? Now, I actually did a video on this back in January, but we had no idea what was coming back then. And since everything's going to be changing so much in the coming months, today I'm going to attempt to re-answer that question. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, with all the new things coming, of course there are good parts and bad ones and things that people are just kind of in the middle on. But I would say the overall opinion of the community of the new changes this year are positive, which is a very important thing to consider. Because if the community was divided, like it has been on many things, and everybody was at odds, then it would probably just end up being a gigantic mess of drama that could even ruin the game, since this is very high stakes changes. I mean, the devs are going in and redoing the game at its most core parts. And honestly, I don't think Enlisted can even handle too many more overall negative updates. I mean, last year we had a bunch of things that were not received well, updates, events, the whole nine. And honestly, I think we can't really take too many more of those. We're getting to a tipping point. But seeing that 99% of the Enlisted community seems to be on board with the coming changes, at least to some extent, shows that the community is overall happy with what the devs have come up with to address some of the major issues that Enlisted has been having, such as the overwhelmingly long and grind-focused progression system currently in the game. So, is Enlisted still worth playing? Well, yes, we are getting major updates to fix issues with the game. We are getting the game officially released, which could bring a ton of new players into the game, which would make it drastically more enjoyable. The new progression system will make it a lot easier to upgrade and unlock weapons and vehicles. That will fix an issue that has been plaguing Enlisted for years now. The new matchmaking system will make it easier to get into the game as a new player, adding to the experience and making it less overwhelming, which would be awesome. And finally, there will be at least 2 new campaigns this year, so we will most likely be able to get our hands on brand new tech for nations such as France, and we don't really know who else yet. I mean, we don't 100% know about France, but everybody's pretty much sure France is definitely going to be in there. But nonetheless, yes, it is still 100% worth playing Enlisted in 2023. But that's not all. There's still an important question to be answered. If you are a new or returning player, should you wait until all the new updates drop in the next several months to play the game? Absolutely not. You should play the game right now. I mean, right off the bat, number one, you will get to be one of the last players who gets to say that you were able to play Enlisted before it was released, which may not seem like a big deal now, but if you really enjoy the game, when the game is like 5 years out of release, it's a pretty cool thing to be to say. 2, you will get to unlock some squads and weapons before you must research them, which could be nice, already being skipped several levels through the tech tree, since it's actually possible that the first few levels may even be a little bit faster to unlock in the current system, just because it's pretty much playing the game instead of actually having to research anything or something like that. I mean, you pretty much play 5 battles and you'll have the first 2, 3, 4 levels unlocked. So even going through like every single campaign and just unlocking the first thing, so you'll already have all the tech trees partially unlocked, would be really nice. 3, you will get to play with all different skill levels, which will help you understand what you're going to be dealing with in the new system, where you won't normally be fighting players way above you. This is mainly a psychological advantage, but if you come in now, you'll already be able to see what the higher levels of players are going to be like, so as you progress through the tiers in the new system and get put in higher level battles, you'll already have some understanding of what you're dealing with, and you won't get caught off guard, blindsided by the skill or experience, and you'll just be able to come right in and be like, yep, I know what I'm dealing with here. Now, of course, you will occasionally still play higher ups. It's just still a nice advantage to have, because you won't nearly as much, especially in the lower levels. Now, last but not least, you will get to experience a more historically accurate game before they diverge from that path to some extent. Now, of course, it's not going to be like way off, but for example, when the Soviet armies from Moscow, Stalingrad, and Berlin are all combined into one, that will make it somewhat unrealistic. Same with the Germans and Americans and all of them. They're all going to be combined into one army, which will kind of mess up the historical accuracy to some extent. Not that the weapons or the soldiers themselves will be unhistorical, but the places that they're being used will be. In conclusion, though, yes, it is still 100% worth playing Enlisted in 2023. There are tons of new things coming, and we still don't know everything we're going to get. This is absolutely one of the best times to play because many of the issues are going to be getting fixed, and hopefully the game will come out a lot stronger, as I said earlier, on the other side of this. But by coming in early, you'll get a few advantages and already get to see some things that you wouldn't have got to see otherwise. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you. If you left the game or new to the game and want to check it out, there's a link to the game in the description. If you want to check out the coming changes, there are links to all the dev letters concerning the major 2023 changes in the description as well. And don't forget to leave me a comment down below and let me know your thoughts on the changes this coming year. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Steelarrow signing off. I'll see you on the battlefield, soldier.